This is sin. See, that go down to the kick. When you go to the word.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. Let me see. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach.
Yeah, we gotta all appear before the judgment seat of YAHAWASHI, man. YAHAWASHI, go ahead.
That everyone may receive the things done in his body.
Yeah, you gonna receive the things done in your body. Meaning you gonna go before the judge, he gonna bang the gavel and say this is your punishment.
According to that he has done.
According to that he have done.
Whether it be good or bad.
And what's bad? Anything you do contrary to the scriptures and you are Israelite. Now go to that 3:16.
This is Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover I saw under the sun.
Under the sun. That under the sun. The earth. Go ahead.
The place of judgment.
The place of judgment, right? This is the place of judgment. See, that's what it is. You go in the spiritual world, you get your judgment from the Lord, and you come back down here to serve it out. This is the place of judgment. Read it again.
Verse 16 on Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And moreover, I saw under the sun.
The earth is under the sun. Go ahead.
The place of judgment.
This the place of judgment. Like we just read in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, the 10th verse, man. Every man must appear before the judgment seat, man. All right? To that good or bad in the flesh. Go ahead.
That wickedness was there.
Wickedness was there, yeah. Esau, man. This wickedness that exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. Go ahead.
And the place of righteousness.
What's that?
And the place of righteousness.
And because the kingdom of heaven gonna be on earth, man. That's the place of righteousness, man. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be on earth. Yeah, they teach you in the Christian church. I don't know where. It's in the clouds, I guess. You live in clouds. I hear you go live in the clouds. I don't know what the fuck. You float on clouds like Nimbus, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like in Green Passage from 1934. Them niggas was floating on the clouds up that bitch. So how could you live in them then? Yeah, where you at? Did you have something?
I was looking for a scripture.
Oh, you had a question. Go ahead.
All right, so look, like you say, God don't want us to mix races, like me sleeping with a white woman or whatever, having a seed.
Yeah, having a child with.
And then so like and then another thing, like okay, so if I was to have a seed,
he's still Israelite.
Yeah, Israelite, but it's still that's still an abomination to the Lord, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it's a sin. He told us not to do it, and the reason why he told us not to do it, because it was gonna cause confusion. That people wasn't gonna know who the Israelites was and who was Esau, because now you don't know.
I get that.
Yeah. If you had something, bro.
I have one scripture about the souls.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Matter of fact, you can get it.
Hey, what you were saying about how you go up there and you get your sentence and then you come down and serve it here, that's like when you go in front of the judge in the courtroom, you don't get sent, you don't do your time in front of the judge in the courtroom, you go to prison and serve out your sentence.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
As prison. That's why I said what, man, in what is that, Baruch, the 4th chapter? He sent us what? Help me out. Baruch 4 and 6.
Tomorrow how he sold us to the
captivity.
Yes, it sold
not for our destruction.
Yeah, not for our destruction.
For our reproof.
Exactly.
For reproof.
Right. And the scripture say what, man? That in Isaiah, he said he gonna open the doors of the prison house, man. So we in fucking prison. This is our judgment. To go to fucking prison. That's what this is. It's a spiritual prison.
Get that in.
Go ahead, read that.
This is Colossians, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shall thou make marriages with them.
He looking for one about here that
read it again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Because that's why. Ultimately the reason why we don't do it, because the Lord said not to, man.
Look.
Yeah, that's just like your child. You tell them to do something, you like, I wonder why. That's why your parents say, I'll tell you for a reason. I ain't talking to hear myself talk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Lord tell you that for a reason, because it was going to cause confusion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For they will turn away thy son from
just like
me.
that did King Solomon, man. Hey, you worshiping all them wicked ass idols and shit. Because of the woman, man. The women is a motherfucker, man. They got King Solomon, man, to go off and serve, building up high places to their gods, man. King Solomon, he's the wisest man. He was YAHAWASHI, man, the reincarnation, man. So you gotta just his spirit, his aura that he had to get him the women.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
First Corinthians 1 and Salakia. 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion.
Yeah, the Lord, he don't get down with that, man. The Lord ain't the author of confusion, man. Go ahead.
But of peace,
Peace,
as in all his churches of the saints.
and all his churches are the saints, man. All right, the elect, the men that's pushing his word, man. All right,
Salakia, right quick, like the brother was going into the confusion. All right, that's why you like the confusion of faces, man. That shit ain't gonna be like that in the kingdom, man. Nope. You're not gonna have Israel walking around here with you got blue-eyed Israelites. You know what I'm saying? You got Israelites that look like all the nations, man.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah, come. Oh yeah, that is odd, man.
Look at this thing, that's Jake all day.
But yeah, ain't gonna be none of that, man. In the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? Judah gonna look like you. We gonna get just your true characteristics, man.
Yeah, because that's a curse, man.
Yeah.
Leprosy is a curse. To look like these other nations, that's a curse, man. I don't want that shit. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no beards or nothing, man. What the fuck going on? Real talk. The Lord turned our spirit down. Go ahead.
You had made a statement about the word punishment, and I wanted to kind of bring this kind of coincided with that. So we got to get delivered from this hell because of the simple fact that we don't want to look like the other nations. That's a curse, you know, to have to look like them and have their characteristics and whatnot. So this is Colossians, right quick, 1:14, and this whom is talking about YAHAWASHI. It says, in whom we have redemption, all right? That redemption in the Greek, it goes to apolutrosis. It says a releasing effected by payment of ransom, you know. So because of his blood being shed, that's that payment of ransom when he said you are bought with a price.
That's right.
All right. And with him going up on the cross, now we have a chance at being potentially saved. Man. It says through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. And you go into this word forgiveness, it has the same exact word in the Greek, in the Strong's Greek, as the word remission does in the Hebrew. When they talk about there's no remission of blood, there's no remission of sins unless blood is shed. It says aphesis in the Greek, release from bondage. Hold on, let me read this. And the word is forgiveness. It says release from bondage or imprisonment. All right, forgiveness or pardon of sins, letting them go as if they have never been committed, a remission of penalty. All right, so because the Lord died for our sin, you know, he's coming to give us a release from this bondage. This is Egypt, you know, spiritual Egypt. We're gonna get released from this bondage if we no longer gonna have those heathenistic characteristics. All right, when we get into the kingdom, when we get released from this bondage, we're gonna get, like it tell you in 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, we're gonna get a new body in a twinkling of an eye. All right, and we're gonna get our all our characteristics back. We got our melanin, you know, our height, our stature. Okay, you got it.
Psalms 39 and 11. When thou with rebukes doest correct man for iniquity, thou makest his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity, Salah. All right, and a part of that beauty, like the brother was going into, our height, all right, our melanin, all right, that's how that beauty consumes away like a moth.
Hey man, you're right. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead, hey, Apostle Gabor, yo, let's go ahead. He said, why you think Sarah called Abraham Lord? Fuck you talking about? You put that wood on her, man. Get it, man. Go ahead.
Psalms 39 and 11. When thou with rebukes doest correct man for iniquity, thou makest his beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity, Salah. All right, so once again, man, we failed, man. Our beauty done went away, man. All right, man, like I said, Lamentations, put that 4. Grab that right quick. We'll give it right back to you, man. But that's a part of our beauty going away, man. All right, speaking this bastard-ass language, all right. You know, we don't speak our real language no more. Yeah, 4 and 1.
I got you.
All right.
Okay.
So our women is against us. All right, imagine a nigga woman being humble and shit. She ain't do what you tell her to do, man.
That'd be cool.
Right? But that's a part of even her beauty, man. Her fucking beauty done went away.
That's right.
All right, the scriptures say that the Israelite woman was so delicate that her foot, when she wouldn't even put her foot on the ground, man. All right, now the back of their fucking feet ashy and shit. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit, man. All right, Israel just completely lost their beauty, man.
And they glorious, they hair.
Oh, yeah.
This is Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed?
Right, that's talking about the Israelites. How has the gold become dim, man? Look at these niggas, man, out here, man. We know the truth and we believe in YAHAWASHI, man, but even sometimes when I see Jake in my day-to-day walk, it's hard to believe that they're the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? When you see these niggas, how they maneuver through the world, man, how they carry themselves, man. Like, damn, them the sons of Jacob, you know what I mean?
What's that scripture where it said they become a shaking of the head? Like, I think it's like Psalms 44. 44:4, they become a shaking of a head like
I
a.
know Lamentations, the second chapter going at. They hiss and whack their
Like,
head.
yeah, like
they
shaking.
like, this the city of righteousness, Lamentation going to that.
Lamentations. If I can just say one thing, that last statement you said, Hamayan, it was basically about the Lord took away like our glory and all that, right? Grab us real quick. I'm gonna get right back to you all.
This is Job chapter 19, verse 10. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone.
Keep going.
And my hope hath he removed like a tree.
Keep going.
He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counted me unto him as one of his enemies.
Where's that one where it says, stripped away my crown? Hold on.
Yeah, I get it.
It should be say, stripped away my crown.
Verse 9.
Yeah, here's the point.
He hath stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head.
Yeah, and that's what the Lord did, man. All right, bring that back one more time.
Verse 9. He hath stripped me of my glory and taken the crown from my head.
Yeah, because we was once held as princes and kings and priests and stuff like that. But now we on the level of a peasant, man. Yeah, man, a servant, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is actually a shame, man. You gotta be serving heathens and stuff like that. It goes to a point where you was once a king, man, that controlled whole land masses, man. Trade routes and stuff like that, man. Demanding, other nations, man. You bring in this shipment at this particular time, this, that, and the third, man. I want you to take that over there. Like now, you be happy you get a job at a CVS or something like that, man. Y'all got it back though.
Lamentations 4:1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in top of every street. It says the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold.
Precious sons of Zion, okay, of Israel, all right, comparable to fine gold, all right.
How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers?
Right. You got brought down, man. All right. This is our world, man. Like how you see Esau sitting in the power seat, man. That's how Jacob supposed to be sitting in the power seat, man. But ruling in righteousness. And we was at that point at one time. All right. So imagine knowing your people are royal people, and you see a vision of today. You know what I'm saying? You see Jake in the state that they in right now, man. That's a long fall, man. Yeah, it's a long way down.
That's right.
That's a hard thing to believe, though, to be able to imagine that. Because that's why Jake messed up, because they can't even imagine them being righteous. Right. They can't imagine anything else but that. They can't imagine.
Esau made you Israelites think that your whole history started in slavery. That's what Jake think he is. Right? That's as far as niggas can look back at slavery.
That's right.
They don't know nothing else. That's right. So if you think you've never been nothing but a slave and been subservient, all right, so in your subconscious, you're going to start to feel like, well, that's all we going to ever be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey, if I can say, too, I like to always get an analogy to paint a visual in someone's head. Which was the king or the man that killed the lion in the snow?
Benaniah.
Yeah, Benaniah. That's him.
Benaniah that killed the lion in the snow. How we go from that to being scared of spiders? How we go from that to being scared of bees and shit?
Mice.
You know, mice. You to where you jumping and shit.
Like an elephant. Like
we had dominion over every beast.
we had dominion over every beast that was created, you know. He gave that dominion to Adam, but it was when we fell away that he started having, you know, now they don't respect you as the sons of the Most High, man.
Yeah, flies landing on your food and shit.
All that shit.
Ain't gonna be nothing in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Our food gonna sit out. Ain't no fucking fly gonna land on it.
Brother Kwame told me that. He said, man, ain't no fly even gonna land on you unless you
it ain't gonna touch you. It ain't gonna, none of that shit.
So it's basically said, like it says, verse 2 again, Lamentations 4:2, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? I went into the word earth and it says earthenware, clay, pottery, shard, potsherd.
That's a steep drop. That's like being on the what they got, the Wall Street shit, the stocks, and you'll see go from gold, fine gold to the value of clay. Murray clay. That's America too, man.
You can dig that up. So and then it said the pitchers, the skin bag, jar pitcher, skin bottle, instrument, guitar, you know, harp. It's just going into
cheap shit. That's cheap shit.
Like shit that
drinking out of sheepskin and shit. You know how Jake is doing that shit. They, you know, a hide of a buffalo or whatever, and they drink out the shit, make a war. That's what he's talking about. We used to drink out of gold, the most precious gold and shit, man. He just said Ephraim used to play with diamonds and shit. Man. Yo, you can't imagine that, man.
Yeah, man.
fall.
The fall.
Eating gold.
That's right. And he said, and what is it, Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, that he said he put upon you, you know,
yeah.
What's it? He said that the chains,
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Yeah,
okay,
Ezekiel,
like
the 16th chapter.
Okay, that's
put
what I was
earrings
thinking.
in our ear.
Yeah.
We
ain't
ain't
gotta
got a
get
crown
it.
on our
Yeah,
head.
we're gonna get these
Yeah.
prophecies, but just saying, you know, that we're gonna go back into that high estate that we once was, man. We're gonna be richer than the elitists on this side. All right, you got it.